Hi YouTube, today we're going to be looking at round 3 of the National Open, which was probably the most devastating game of my entire life. It was a little bit rough. It's a little bit rough. The game was so horrible, it sent me on like a 3-game losing streak. Okay. No, I don't say that every tournament. Maybe I do, but this, I don't really think you'll quite understand. I don't think you will be able to grasp just how terrible this was until you see it. And I think I need to be telling you the move times every move because they're important. There's still just a lot of psychological problems happening in this game that are completely my fault. But, alright, so e4, c5, knight f3, knight c6, d4, and e5, d6. Alright. So, we have a Kalashnikov, which I know, like, I kinda know the main line. That's about it. So rook b8 is a move. It's like a high-class waiting move almost. Because it's useful in many scenarios with the b6 square. So normal moves here are like knight e3, bishop e3, I think, bishop d3. He played a4, which is a good move, but it wasn't one I had really looked at. And I have, let's see, how much time did I spend here? I spent like 10 minutes here. The only thing that I can really know is that, okay, like, when they play a4, a3 is not possible, therefore b4 is probably a good square for the knight. So I thought for like 10 minutes here on whether I should play knight b4 in this position, or knight f6 then knight b4. And knight b4 is a very good move. Knight f6 is also fine. I ended up playing knight f6 because I'm indecisive and I didn't know if I should commit. But the problem is, I looked at this line one time in my little book, and my little book does say to play knight b4 immediately. And after knight f6, I'm move ordered and I'm out of what I know, which is fine because I didn't really know this either. But okay, knight b4, and the goal of this opening, aka like all openings in the Sicilian, is the d5 square, right? If black can achieve this d5 break, then they're doing really well. So knight e3 is normal because he's adding more shit onto the d5 square. And for some reason, I don't know, this is not a good amount of time to spend on this move. I spent 6 minutes on bishop e7, which is just weird because I don't really have another move that makes sense. I'm not even sure what I was thinking about. This is the tough thing about this game. I don't have a great memory of like my thoughts because it was such a long game and I was so sad afterwards. I probably blocked it out. But bishop e7 is the only good move, so I don't know why I thought 6 minutes here. But that's like, I feel like mistake number 1. And then my opponent played g3, which just doesn't fit in with the way he's arranging his pieces. And I kind of felt like that was true. And then here I thought for 20 minutes, which is just ridiculous. The worst thing you can do, like opening-wise, like preparation-wise, it's so much worse to be like, have a little bit of knowledge in the opening than it is to have none at all. Because I can identify that g3 just doesn't feel correct here, but I don't know enough to understand like how to actually take advantage of it. So then I have to like spend a bunch of time, and I spent 20 minutes and I made a bad move. My thinking, yeah, just enough knowledge to try to remember something you don't actually know. Yes, and well, this position I've never seen before because knight f6 isn't my move, but still, just g3 just doesn't fit in with this, and with like it just doesn't fit in. And normally when g3 is like played, h5 h4 is kind of what black does. Except here it felt wrong to do that. It just felt wrong to me, and I couldn't really Like, the move felt weird, and I wanted to take advantage of it. So I thought for 20 minutes, and I played a bad move. I played queen a5. And I think my stupid little idea was, I don't know, this? Like, I don't know what else it would be. Best is knight g4. Which I don't think I even considered, for some reason. And this is, like, equal. If anything, black is, like, a teeny tiny bit better. This is annoying. I traded off my bad bishop. I don't have any problems. I have very good control over the d5 square. Black has no problems. But if I'm really trying to understand why I would play a move like queen a5, because it just looks silly to me now. I remember what it was. I thought that g3 was goofy because it's like, what are you trying to play f4 here? And it was a deterrent against f4, because if f4 is played here, I have this move. Because this isn't a problem. But the thing is, like, just bishop g2, which apparently, the reason this is bad, by the way, is because, again, I should play knight g4, which, you know, I wasn't considering, which is not good. But white should play bishop c4 here? I think that's kind of interesting. And then my queen is just misplaced. I mean, this is not really, this doesn't really have a point to it, I don't think. Maybe it does. The thing is, this is, like, the worst game for me to try and help people learn about, because I didn't know what the hell I was doing, and I still don't in the structure. So it's going to be really hard for me to actually have input here. I'm speculating. Bishop g2 allows knight g4, so I didn't do that. I just castled. And the interesting thing is, even if I don't see knight g4, castles is a perfectly good move here. And it's like a normal move. And I'm just like, I need to make more normal moves. I don't know how to explain it. I even say a lot, like, if you don't know what to do and castling is possible, just castle, it's usually good. But again, I was like, I don't know, like, this could be a thing, so I don't know if I want to castle yet. But the bishop here, it's, I don't know. I don't really know what to tell you. So, my position is not fantastic. But my opponent is playing very quickly and not really taking advantage of it at all. At this point, after rook d8, I also just hate rook d8. I think it's really ugly. I have 43 minutes and my opponent has 70. I don't understand why I wouldn't put my rook here and my other rook here, and, like, I just don't understand why I would do this. I think that it was, like, stubbornness about, like, I felt like my queen a5 move was just bad, and I felt like I had to play in a way that aligned with it, because if I want to put this rook on f8 or on d8, I could have just castled in this position. And so I think I was having a lot of fucked up psychological issues. Like, I felt like I couldn't do this because then I don't know, I need to be more, like, cold and forgiving of mistakes. Just forget that they happen, and if I make a stupid move, it's okay to just shift gears. So rook d8 I don't really like at all. But then he plays king h1, which to me looked stupid. Like, I don't understand the point of king h1. It felt like kind of a nonsense move, like maybe like a Grand Prix player would play, just because, like, they're not really doing much. They're just like, I'm just gonna do this and see what happens without thinking, and I don't know, maybe my king is safe on h1. It's just not a very good move though. F4, oops. Maybe d5, like, this was, you know, you can tell that I wanted to play d5. That was my only idea that I knew, because I was like, my knight's already here, why wouldn't I prepare d5? I guess we should analyze this, or just here's actually kind of refutes this. So a d4 might also be good though. But at the very least I have this, and then I just take. But this was my idea. I wanted to get d5 in. So d5 here doesn't really work because he takes on f6, and then I don't have another dude. So I went h6, and at least maybe I have the bishop pair. And another reason I didn't, there was a line I forgot to mention. When the knight is on e3, like, I thought if I castled here, like an h4 here, I didn't really like this position very much because I thought I wanted my bishop here or here. And I just didn't know how to evaluate this position. But after rook c8, black is just doing really well, so I don't understand what I was so afraid of. Like, I have no problems. I don't know. I thought I should add that weird glimpse into my head. So h6 takes, and he goes for f4, which is like, you know, you can kind of tell that was his idea, because king h1. What the hell else are you gonna follow that up with? So f4 sucks, apparently, because I just take it, and now d5 is gonna be even stronger because you're gonna be left with fractured pawns and an open king, and I have 2 bishops, and black is just better. So you checked with engine already, so the answer is definitely no. But did you never have knight takes e4? No, I wanted to, but I didn't. I'm sure I was thinking about that every move though, because that was like the point of this move. But no, I didn't ever have that. So I have 2 bishops. I play queen c5, which is like the only move that keeps an advantage. This move, I'm attacking this silly little knight. I'm putting pressure on the c pawn. I'm moving to the center, and because he doesn't have a dark squared bishop, like I feel like my queen's pretty safe here. Like it's not gonna get kicked around too easily. So queen d2, and I played bishop d4. After I calculated d5 for a long time, and I decided I didn't really like it that much because it was confusing me, I think. Or here, I just didn't want to give up the bishop pair so easily. And this is like opposite colored bishops where, I don't know, like if I take here, he is this. I didn't see like how I had like fantastic winning chances here. Let me see, hold on. And the other thing is I spent 10 minutes on bishop d4. My time management was absolutely ridiculous in this game. My opponent had an hour and I had 28 minutes left in this position. And my idea behind this is like, okay, now my bishop's outside of this, so I want to play d5 next. And the only move I considered was this move. And after d5 here, e5 is stupid because he just loses. I mean, I don't know. I don't know why this is so much different. I think I also maybe liked that the rook has already moved, so now at least I'm up a tempo. I don't know. But the problem is I didn't even consider this move, which obviously makes my move bad. Like, I just didn't consider it. So then I spent another 10 minutes, and I ended up playing d5, which doesn't work, but my opponent was trying to flag me. I tried to get up to go to the bathroom here, I think, for my last break before, like, horrible time pressure. But then he like, I got up and he instantly played this. And I sat back down and I was just like, what the fuck? Like, that doesn't work. That was, like, the one thing that doesn't work. So I'm just winning. I'm just winning now. But I have 19 minutes and he has an hour. And he has, like, stupid, tricky bullshit. So at this point, I'm trying to speed up, you know, pick up the pace here. So takes. I just go into the endgame and I'm like winning a pawn if he just moves back, and that's horrible. So c3 has to be tried. And okay, this is, I have a passed pawn that's kind of in his ass, right? He's kind of overextended. I have like more access to the second rank. If I can just activate my pieces, I'm winning. But I made like a few like quick moves in a row and they just happened to be bad. Yeah, it was pee time. Thank you for the 5 months, Keylocks. So I think the strongest here was rook d4. I mean, I go here. Like, I found it hard to believe that... I don't think I even really considered giving this pawn up. I didn't... That's just hard. Is it just me, or is it hard to give up this pawn? Like, I played this, which is fine. And then I quickly played this move. Because okay, this says... This is the variation I saw, but I didn't see b3 here. Like, I just didn't see that. The funny thing is, okay, the reason this is a blunder is now it's equal. Bishop takes b7. And now he has counterplay. But I didn't think about any of this, so I was just like, I don't know, I just have to do this. That was the only thing going through my mind. And here, apparently, if I play rook d8, I'm still winning, because I'm just doing this, I suppose. Oh, that's kind of... I don't think I realized that he had to take with the bishop. And then I maybe rook b1, or just taking on b4. I mean, this position is... If I trade a pair of rooks, it makes it a lot easier, I think. But now it's equal, and, or I'm, like, slightly better here. And if I take on b3, then he takes my guy, and then I'm sad. So I went bishop d3. He played king g1, which is not very good, but he was trying to flag me. Like, this guy was trying to flag me for move 1. It was very annoying. Rook c8. I have 15 minutes. He has 45. King f2. Rook b2. And all of this I'm playing well on, like, no time. And at this point I'm like, okay, I guess I can't hang on to my pawn. Bishop takes b7. Rook b8. Rook d8. I thought that this was, like, gonna be... Every move in this sequence was a mistake by me, but they were all the best moves, so I don't really know what to tell you. There was a lot going on in my head here, but I can't really remember, like, rook b8, and then... Oh yeah, if I take, he has king e3. Like, how fucked up is that shit? My bishop's, like... I guess it's not trapped, but then he takes here. And then this position is bad. And white is better. So I didn't see it coming, but apparently it's okay to throw rook b8 in and then rook d8. Apparently that was good. Rook takes b3 was best. I didn't think I had a choice. And... Okay, black is better again. But only by a margin that's, like, debatable whether it's enough to win. And I made some really bad decisions in this game. Practical decisions. So this is kind of where the game starts, in my opinion. Or at least where the tragedy starts. So I have 10 minutes. And he plays this annoying e6 move. If not for e6, I feel like I would have won. Pretty much the only types of decisions I make, yes. So how do we create winning chances here? What pawns do we want to be left with? Because this is not easy to win. Are we taking on f4 or are we taking on e6? Because rook takes f4 allows a tempo on my rook. And then what? So I took on e6, which is okay. But this is a lot better, which I found to be very surprising, because I just kind of looked at this and I just stopped looking. I guess. I didn't like allowing this, though. Yeah, I have 6 camps. I guess that's the point. Also, this is, like... I find it really... Well, I don't think black is winning here. I think the computer at a low depth says +2, but... Practically, I don't understand how I win this. It's great that the king is cut off and my rooks are active, but I'm just not sure. I'm just not sure about this position. I mean, this would be an interesting endgame to analyze, but... Well, at a higher depth, I don't think it would be that. I mean, we're just looking at the poopy Lee chess computer. I mean, it could be higher, it could be lower on a better computer. I don't know. But, like, okay, a5 to defend this. Rook d5 looks good. Like, what if his rooks get active and he just gets, like, a perpetual? Like, how am I to understand this? Daniel, listen. Maybe that's true, that he has 2 weaknesses. Maybe. But I feel like if the rooks get active, like, how the hell do I win? With 2 rooks. If there's only 1 rook on the board, like, I feel like it might be easier to play for a win. Not having chances against... Well, he was, like, 2150. I just took on e6, and then took on f4, because I saw this move, which is bad, apparently. It's not like... Black is not winning here. There's just no scenario where black is winning. It's over. But I was just having, like, a really hard time, because I knew I was winning at some point, and I just had no idea where it went wrong. I found it very hard to believe that c3, like, saved him. And I was just having trouble, like, accepting it. Thanks for the Twitch Prime, awesome guy. Very cool, very awesome. I decided to trade a pair of rooks and get a passed pawn. And based on the fact that this guy was trying to flag me, I thought there was chances that I could win. Even though I understood that this is a draw. We get to this position. And I played, like, most of these moves, like, in less than a minute, so that's good that I'm moving a little bit faster. Rook c7, king g6, rook a7, rook g6. And, yeah, I'm not winning this. I'm just not. But I tried, okay? So, h5, and I'm trying to get him to overextend this pawn, so maybe I can go and take it. Like, give him a check at the right moment, you know? Walk my king up with my pawn behind me and have mate threats so he doesn't have time to do stuff. I don't know. And he went here, and I made... Technically, like, if I had, like, 30 minutes more on the clock, I don't think there would be anything wrong with what I did here. I played h4. I sacked a pawn to try and play for a win because his king is now cut off. And which is fine. Like, the evaluation hasn't changed. But the thing is, now... I may have created some winning chances for me, but I have also created winning chances for my opponent, which is extremely unlucky. We got 2 around here, and I've made some progress with my pawn. And this is all fine and good. But after he played this move, I realized that this is not going to work. Like, even though his guy's cut off. Just like h5 or something. And even if I win the rook, like, this seems like a draw, I think. He can't catch both pawns. Like, he doesn't have that handy little tactic like we learned. I don't know. I didn't know. I couldn't figure that shit out. I didn't even know if I could really catch both pawns. I thought I might lose there, so I decided to, like, okay, this is a draw, and this is a theoretical draw, and I think that this rook and pawn endgame is the one I've studied the most, and this is equal. There's only one move that draws, and I mean I played it. Rook a8 is the only move that draws. I wanted to let you guess it, but I spoiled it by accident. And I was playing this endgame on intuition. So rook f5, king e4, h4. And now here it's black to play and draw. It's just so interesting that the whole point of 100 endgames, you must know, is that they're endgames that even, like, GMs who understand or, like, know the theoretical endgames still lose relatively often over the board because they're just hard. So I guess I shouldn't be surprised that I fucked this up in time pressure. I had 30 seconds here. Rook a1 looks right. That is what I played, and I'm losing after rook a1. Rook h8 is also losing. The only way to draw is rook g8, check, which is the other move I was considering, but I was like, after rook g5, I don't understand what to do here. But okay, we go back to a8, and after h5, now we play rook a1, and the king is cut off. Like, we put the rook in the way. And that's how you draw. So like, rook h1 here. And if there's this, we just keep checking, because we have the opposition here. If he plays like... He doesn't have a useful move. It's really, really annoying. And again, we just do this. And he can't get too far away or he loses the pawn. If he tries to keep his rook on this file, still rook g1. And here, I think you have to be accurate. No, I think you have to be like semi-accurate here. Yeah, king f4 or king f3 are good. King f3 makes more sense to me. And then if he gives you a check, then I'll play king f4. And now I'm threatening this. And he can't push his pawn. And then he can shuffle, but there's just no way to make progress from here. So I don't know. But then yeah, I went here. And now I'm losing. And I resigned. It was like, why did I play for a win there? It's not like I was outplaying. I didn't even play well. That's the thing. I didn't even play that game well. I didn't make like I didn't play fantastic in the opening. I made a lot of mistakes. Why do I take myself so fucking seriously? It's ridiculous. That I think I deserve to win this game even after messing it up. Like, there's something seriously wrong with me. I know, but okay, the time pressure in itself is like a big psychological problem. Like, I just shouldn't be spending 20 minutes on queen a5. I shouldn't be spending 20 minutes in the opening and making a bad move anyway when castling is perfectly fine. I just shouldn't be doing that. No, I mean, in the position where I had to find, like, forcing rook g5, I had 30 seconds. I remember this very vividly. I thought until I had like 5 seconds left about this, and I just couldn't figure it out, so I just played rook a1, and my brain was like hurting because I didn't really know what I did wrong in the endgame, and I knew it was a draw. What I did wrong is, like, why the hell am I pushing for a win in this position? If I had like 20 minutes more, then maybe it's okay to push for a win here, because you can be more accurate. And I think this is practically a terrible decision, because maybe if I'm playing like a 1600, I would win this. But the guy was close to master strength, so... And he had an hour left. Or like 30 minutes at least. And after the game, I was very upset and sad, because I just like... In my head, too, I was like... You just like forced this guy to beat you. Like, that's what happened. I just like forced him to beat me. My opponent didn't really do anything that special. And at the time when I was thinking about like playing for a win, I was like, oh, I could play for a win here maybe, and because I had already given up a draw in the first round. This is why we never have expectations in chess. I kind of wanted to win money, and I was like, I can't really give up another draw if I want to win, which is not a good enough reason to play for a win here. I don't know. I don't know what the hell is wrong with me. But my opponent like apologized to me after this game in a very sincere way that now I think is funny, but at the time I was like, fuck you, you tried to flag me from move 1, but it's not really his fault that I spent 20 minutes on a ridiculous move. Like, it's not really his fault. But yeah, I like wasn't looking up. I wasn't looking at him, and he was like, sorry. But you know, not a good game. I would not enjoy an apology in those circumstances. Yeah, it's my fault. Like that's the thing. He was there, but he didn't do anything. I forced him to beat me. I don't know how else to explain what happened. Like, what? Why did I think I could win this? What is wrong with me? Anyway, I don't have much else to say about this game, so we can just move on about that.